Okay, be honest. Have you ever looked at your exes and thought, huh, do I have a type, or am I just repeating the same mistake in different outfits? You are not alone. A lot of us fall into the same dating patterns year after year without even realizing it. So today, dating expert and a regular on the show, Kimmy Seltzer, is here to help us spot those dating loops. And more importantly, we're gonna break them in 2026 with some fresh mindset shifts and real life strategies. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Always.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We love having you here. So when you say people get stuck in dating loops, what does that actually look like to you?
It's kind of like the movie Groundhog Day,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah,
like it begins the same way, it feels the same in the end, and sometimes it even ends in the same way. But I think, you know, it's important to understand where the loop comes from. There's this term in psychology, it's called the familiarity principle. And what it means is that we all gravitate towards people who are familiar to us, good, bad, or indifferent. And it usually comes from a place of confidence. And it begins early on in childhood.
I was gonna say it's parents, right?
It's all, well, and your ascribed role. So if you grew up being a caretaker and you kind of had to with your parents for some reason, then you get really good at being a caretaker. And then fast forward, you get caught in a loop of attracting takers because you're the caregiver.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's talk about red flags. Someone's watching right now. What are some red flags you're stuck in these loops?
Yes, well, you kind of alluded to the costume thing. It's like, you think it's someone different in the beginning, and then you unzip the costume, it's like, oh my God, how did they get there again?
Yeah, they're here again.
They're here again. And so it ends up the same. So it's almost like the same dynamic, the same person. So if you are constantly attracting narcissists and then they end up being narcissists again, it begins the same way. Like maybe you are the overgiver and you're constantly doting on your date and you're making them feel really good and you're not sharing enough of yourself. Well, it'll end up in the same loop where you attract that taker because you're overgiving in the beginning. And it's almost like behaviors start feeling similar.
Right.
And the actions within the relationship.
I've done this before.
Yeah, or you'll hear the same feedback. It's like, oh my God, my ex said that about me too. And here's the thing is it's not changing necessarily other people because you can't, like you'll still see those people walking around. You'll still probably gravitate towards those people. But the empowerment comes from you and saying, all right, what do I need to do different to get a different result?
God, it begins with you. You know that?
But it's empowering,
It is
right?
empowering. I do think that's great. It's within your control. So, okay, so let's say someone's watching, they're like, yes, Kimmy, I recognize these patterns. What are a few realistic, actionable things that we can do to break this pattern? Because that's not easy. They're deeply ingrained.
Exactly,
you know?
and they're habits.
Yeah,
and
right.
So that's why I always say, start small. I mean, this is like any habit that you're trying to break.
Tiny habit.
Yes, and I love using the term data dating with my clients. It's not going out for the purposes of finding the boyfriend or girlfriend. It's actually going out to break your habits.
Oh, wow.
So if you have a hard time with setting boundaries, then go on dates to set boundaries.
Oh, wow.
And see how it feels. See if it's different.
Whoa, that's hard for me.
Yeah, and that's why it's like anything else. It takes practice.
Yeah.
So that's why I encourage going out on a lot of dates and really use it as a skill because dating is a skill.
It's like a muscle, I know.
It is. And sometimes we just get into the things that we know, but if we're attracting a certain type, then your type isn't working for you.
Right,
So we have to do something different. The other thing is try something on that is opposite of what you normally like and are attracted to.
Interesting.
So if you tend to like go on a date and you love that like physical chemistry and you almost rely on that and like, oh, this must be
a lot of people do. I get that, yeah.
Then go on dates that might feel boring to you.
Whoa.
And I know that's hard. And not to say that you have to be bored with your date, but there must be something about that like tornado effect that's happening with you that's also causing, as fast as it comes, it leaves later on. And so you have to like really look at that. And finally, heal before you hook up. So heal those wounds, really being aware of what the patterns are and where they come from.
Yeah, that's great advice. Heal before you hook up. I like that. So Kimmy, thank you so much for being here and helping us start 2026 with a healthier approach to love. If you guys want to chat more with Kimmy, and I know so many of you do, go to kimmyseltzer.com/Denver. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're life-changing, and I love having you on here.